Hey, Nerd Pow Wow. So I got to sit down with Brewster from Brewster Vision Presents Brewsteria and absolutely had a blast. Brewster's a good buddy of mine, and you guys are just going to love this. And after you check it out, make sure you're following both the Nerd Pow Wow and Brewster Vision. Enjoy, nerds.
A place of horrors in the depths of the night. You hear the calling your heart of
Hello, Freaky Frighteners. You got the Brewster here for Brewster Vision Presents Brewsteria, and with me is Darkwayne, someone I go way back to pre-Brewster era, so there will be a lot more shit talking in this episode. This is Darkwayne of the Nerd Pow Wow. What's up, brother?
Hey, glad to be here, Brewster.
Yeah, it's been a minute. It's why I see you all the time, but it's we've been talking about doing this since at least last October, right?
It's been a while. It's been needing to happen, too.
Oh, well, that was right around the time you stole the Dudester from me.
The Dudester. Hey. Yeah, you need to take him back, by the way. He slaps me every time I try to eat his Doritos.
Hey, you wanted him, you got him, man. He's your fucking problem now. So I know you, Greg knows you, we all know you. So for the people who don't, why don't you tell us about your podcast and what you do, and we'll just kind of go from there and get into some good horror video game stuff.
All right. Sounds good. So the Nerd Pow Wow, it's myself, Darkwayne. We have another guy named John, who goes by Seraph, and we have another guy named John who goes by Bane. We started this about January 2025. Me personally, the reason I wanted to start it is I have nobody to talk nerd stuff with. I mean, yeah, I got a phone call here, a phone call there, but like, man, I really want to actually talk about the stuff, and that's what the Nerd Pow Wow is. We have a topic, but we have no script whatsoever. We squirrel. Who knows where we're going to end up. We talked about an hour. We just started doing Twitch about a few months ago, so we try to bring other people into our conversations. I think it fit a need, and we're rolling with it. We're just trying to see where we can take it. I mean, we're small, and we may stay small. Who knows? Who knows if people really want to watch the three middle-aged men talk about nerd stuff, but hey, here we are.
You guys, I saw you guys did an episode about Seinfeld once, because I remember you dressing up as like kind of Kramer or something.
Yeah, sure did. So I got that wig on Amazon and promptly returned it because it did not fit whatsoever.
Not that I'm complaining, because you know me, I love Seinfeld, but how did that fit into the overall nerd narrative? I'm not dissing it at all. I'm curious, because when I think about nerd stuff, I don't typically think Seinfeld. You know what I mean?
So we call it the Nerd Pow Wow. We started off with Wolverine. We started off with Jean Grey the first 2 weeks. But what we do is say this coming week, we're going to talk about Nightcrawler. Then we put it off to Seraph. We put it off to Bane, and it comes back to me. That's generally how we pick our topics. So if, watching the Nerd Pow Wow, I'm more about the X-Men, stuff like that, even though Seinfeld was my topic. Seraph, he's going to pick anime any day. If you let him, he'll pick anime. And Bane, he's a busy guy, so sometimes he's just like, well, let's, like last time we just talked about dragons, something everybody just likes to talk about, but you don't really need to do research about. So it kind of works. We've had a good thing. I do the majority of the shorts, trying to get us out there, because sometimes you don't have an hour just to watch three guys talk about nerd stuff. So we put the shorts together to give us little bites and everything. And and Brewster, it's a lot of fun.
And you've been doing it for about a year now, I think.
January of 2025, we started.
Wow. I remember you telling me about it when, I think a month or two after you were doing it. I can't believe that was last fucking year.
Yeah. And I think, I've told you, and we'll tell the viewers here, is you being Brewster and kind of jumping into what you do. It's like, man, Brewster's having a lot of fun doing that. I want to kind of pull out of that world a little bit and kind of do something I like. And it's been amazing. It's an amazing journey, and I'm glad we continue, and I hope we continue even longer.
Well, you've got a very respectable lifestyle. You got the family and the decent job. Brewster's an idiot. You got to remember that. So.
But he's an idiot having fun.
No, I appreciate that. I can't say too much about it yet. And it's not, you'll understand it about a week or so from when we shoot this. I'll just stop there. It's not bad. Just remember this conversation shortly. I'll send you a text message. Let's go into your shorts a little bit, because if people watch, because I was tagging it in December when you did that. Why don't you tell us about your shorts there when you stole the Dudester?
So you're talking about the Darkwing Chronicles.
Yeah.
That is something. Darkwing Duck was probably the pinnacle. I was 11 years old when it came out. It was right after Thundercats, but before X-Men. And you know, I'm just a big kid with a job. That's just what I am. So I'm like, man, you know, I remember when I was a kid, I used to make this little paper beak. I think I made like a cardboard cape. It was really weird. And I was running around the backyard at 11, 12 years old, pretending to be Darkwing Duck. So like, how can I actually do this as an adult and not be made fun of for being I got
to interject here for a second, because I don't want to hear this bullshit about this when you're a child. Brandy texted me. This was last Thursday, Wayne. I'm kidding. Go ahead. I had just raised you for a minute there.
Well, at least the hat, the mask, and the cape are actually genuine now.
Yeah.
So I don't have to have cardboard cape or a paper beak. And what I was, you know, the Darkwing Chronicles, like, man, that sounds fun. I can make little skits, do the terror that flaps in the night. Well, of course, you need Darkwing's alter ego, Negaduck. But I didn't think I could say Nega Wayne or anything that was Nega and it not sound like something else. So, like, okay, we're going to call him Dingy. Because, and you know what I'm talking about.
No, why don't you tell the whole audience, Wayne?
No, I am not. Use your imagination. But Wingy is a nickname that Gizmo Duck gave Darkwing. So like, all right, I'll call this character Wingy, and the other one can be Dingy. So that's where that came off.
That's too funny. I don't know how I, of all people, never put that together.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's because I tried it at first. I'm like, whoa, that sounds way wrong. Or we're not going to do this.
All right, I have to mark this time down for the promo, because that's going to be a good one. 7 minutes. I can remember this.
There you go. 7 minutes.
So I actually wanted to ask you, I meant to text you yesterday. I figured I'd just ask you tonight. I went putzing around on your page the other day into the Darkwayne Chronicles, whatever. Where'd you come up with the song? Where'd you get that?
There is a AI program called Suno, Suno. And I was just kind of messing around. I knew I wanted something 90s type, hero type, something like the Darkwing Duck. And I used ChatGPT obviously to help me, like, all right, this is what I'm looking for. And it helped me write a prompt. And then I actually came up with the words, the lyrics for it over the course of time. And just it maybe took about 6 or 7 tries. But then I was like, man, I really like this.
Yeah.
And that's where that came from, that AI program. It works very well.
I gotcha. So if we go over to your page, I just kind of give more of paint more of a picture here. So you got the Nerd Power. This is the main long videos, just your standard. Like, I don't want to say your standard. You know, your nerd stuff. You know, you talk about, okay. And then you got the shorts there with the Darkwing Chronicles. Is there anything I missed on that?
So I did a season of the Darkwing Chronicles, and then I tried to do season 2, which I had a lot of fun with it. My goal in season 2 was to make the videos longer.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe my busy lifestyle or my creativeness just ran out.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to overhaul before I go to season 3. I'm not going to do the little skits like I was doing. I'm still in the process of figuring out what I want to do, but I do still want to bring back Wing and Dingy. It was a lot of fun. We went to Punta Cana, and Brandy didn't know I was bringing the costume with me, And sure enough, there we go. I put it on one morning. I go sit on the beach. And
That's where you were, because I saw that one.
Yep. I was in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic then. And I later showed her, and she's like, you really brought that with you? I'm like, well, yeah. So she's like, what if you get your bag searched? What are the people going to think?
That you're a crime fighter. I don't know.
I'm a crime fighter. And there's nothing wrong with having a hat, mask, and cape. Come on.
In this day and age of like just random TikTok videos and stuff like this, I don't think people would bat an eye at it.
No, probably not.
I'm sure TSA screeners have seen a lot worse as far as costumes go.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's my train of thought there. Well, have you thought about doing like video, like little shorts based on your collectibles and stuff? Because I know you've got enough of them.
Yeah, I've thought about stuff like that. Actually, have you ever seen Mystery Science 3000?
Absolutely.
Oh, I thought about how can I do that? Do something like that. I don't want to actually critique movies, but I kind of want to be wing and ding in the background while Darkwayne's doing something with them just critiquing every movie makes.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I'm maybe thinking of trying.
So that's what I have to look forward to then?
Maybe. It's a work in progress. They will come back though.
Well, I definitely recommend going on about your collectibles. I'll do little shorts about that one because I've been having a lot of fun doing them, and you've got way more shit than I do.
Yeah, I always thought you woke up at 5 a.m. and did that. I'm like, man, you've got really some dedication to this.
No, God, no. I post in there. It seems to have the best time frame, at least on Facebook, to get them. YouTube is hit or miss sometimes. Actually, I got about 2 or 3 coming out this week. I filmed all today. Actually, I'll spoil for the audience because hopefully they'll forget by the time it comes on. I literally just changed hoodies every time I made a different video just to make it look like it was separate timing. I don't think it matters. I mean, I can just own up to it. I don't know why. It just is one of those things. But so I'll just get up early and upload it before I start getting ready for work or whatnot. Because I don't think there's a way to schedule reels. You can on YouTube, but Facebook's a little different. So
yeah, there's a program called Buffer that allows you to post to like a Facebook page, but I don't think you can post to like your main page, which that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not sure.
Well, if you need some help with that, man, I always love coming over and seeing you guys. And plus, we got to get together to watch Ghoulies. That was the next on our list.
Oh yeah, Ghoulies.
Now, speaking of what's that?
I'm game.
All right, we're gonna figure that out soon. Here, I'm gonna try and get the wife to come with me.
The wife.
I won't sully her good name on here. I don't actually have a wife. It's an inside joke. So now, speaking of Ghoulies and my favorite topic, horror.
Yes.
You had some horror games that we were going to discuss.
Yeah, right now, and for years, it's really the only game that's held my attention for this long is Dead by Daylight.
Okay.
I remember a few years ago for Father's Day, I got a $40 gift card, just a random place. So I used it to buy Dead by Daylight and all the DLCs at that time. Every time they come out with the DLC, I purchase it. If I were to try to purchase everything from scratch right now, it'd probably be about $250.
Jesus Christ.
So, but this is a game Seraph and I play religiously. We're together, online about once a week playing. It's a blast of a game. There's probably about 60 survivors, maybe 40 killers that you could play with.
See, I never played it, so why don't you explain? I'm sure this is boring for the audience or something they already know. I've never played the game, and I actually just picked up 2. They made a comic book series around it. I just picked them up.
I heard about that. I wanna read those too. It sounds good.
Well, maybe I'll, I give them stuff away sometimes just to prevent hoarding. So maybe I'll send them your way once I'm done reading them.
Fair enough.
But what's I've never played the game before. So what am I in store for?
So Dead by Daylight the main purpose is there's one killer with 4 survivors, and the purpose of the game is the killer is supposed to eliminate all the survivors before they open the exit gate. Mm-hmm. The way the survivors win is if they complete 4 generators, open the exit gate, and get out. There's a new, about a year or so, maybe about 2 years, they have an event called 2v8. It's 2 versus 8. So 2 killers 8 survivors. There's 8 generators, 3 gates. That's actually probably the most fun of all the game.
Yeah.
So every killer's got their different abilities. Every survivor's got their different perks. But with Survivor, I played a little safe. I know what I'm good at. So every survivor has the same perks. So it doesn't matter which character I play, it plays the same way.
Yeah.
But the killers, they're different. They can actually, like the trapper, he sets traps. That's mainly, and people step in it, and then all of a sudden it makes them easier to catch. There's a spirit who she kind of teleports through the map. There's also Wesker from Resident Evil who kind of sprint burst through the map. Nemesis is in there. And there's countless more. They just had a Stranger Things DLC not too long ago, so L11 and Dustin are in it. Vecna.
I've only seen the first season of Stranger Things. I don't have Netflix.
Okay. Yeah, that's Stranger Things. I didn't catch on right away. It's probably about the second or third season. Like, hey, maybe I'll give it a try again.
Yeah.
And then it just caught on. And season 5, I was very hyped up, just kind of like a lot of other people were. And I thought it was really good. And they kind of left it open. If they wanted to continue, they probably could. I don't think they will.
Yeah.
But there might be a spinoff. Who knows?
So you had also mentioned, we're kind of bouncing around because I think I got enough from Dead by Daylight. Castlevania. Yeah. I've never played a single Castlevania game.
No. And
I grew up with Nintendo just like you did. I'm only, a year younger than you, I think?
Yep. Good old 45.
Yeah. So what can you tell us about the Castlevania games? Like, I do remember they were side-scrollers. Actually, you know what? I take that back. I had... God, what was the one for the DS?
I don't remember which. I know which one you're talking about. I'm not sure which that one was.
Portrait of Ruin was the second one. Was it Dawn of Sorrow? Was it that one?
Yeah, I'm not positive on that one. That was a fun one. I had a lot of fun with the DS version.
Yeah.
The main ones, the Nintendo, Super Nintendo, those are the ones I like the most. And there was a actual Castlevania fighting game, kind of like the Street Fighter or the Mortal Kombat setup, but I didn't like that one at all. That one was not for me.
Did they branch into 3D territory in the later years, right?
They have. And actually there's one coming out. It might be this year or early next year. There's a new Castlevania coming out.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be like 3D version.
So while the Nerd Power is all nerd stuff, people who follow me have seen that Wayne is frequently tagged in the Monday movies. So I know you're the type of guy that I always give you props for this. For the past few years, how like when we were doing the bar crawl and you were Peter Page, like I just like hanging out. I just happy to be here. But
it's true.
It's very true. That's not an insult at all. But as far as the horror movie goes, that's kind of a bonus for you because you like hanging out, but you do like horror movies as well.
Yes.
So what was it that like drew you to horror? Like, have you always been into it, or?
I mean, probably my answer is going to be the same as a lot of people we know is the Freddy, Jason, and Michael Myers.
Yeah.
That's really where it started. My dad did not like horror movies whatsoever. So I was very novice with horror movies until I got a little older. But those 3 killers, just absolutely love them. And then it's starting to get a little old, but it seems like there's a lot of movies where these kids have a party in a cabin and all of a sudden shit hits the fan. And like, all right, it's been told a lot, but I'll still watch them. I'll still go and watch it. And I think the scariest movie, one of my favorite movies when I was younger was Maximum Overdrive. And I don't know if you classify as that it's horror, but it was still scary in my mind.
I think it would because oh Jesus, we covered something like this in the Whole Day Manchilada podcast. I don't think this made the list, but it was like, what is horror? And yeah. I would absolutely say that was a horror movie. I mean, why wouldn't you? Just the soundtrack of it, or I mean, what about it?
Oh, all those semis. I mean, when they're locked up into that truck stop, and all these semis, especially one with the clown face.
Oh, it scares the shit out of everyone.
It scares the shit out of me. And even as an adult, as a kid, it really did. And as an adult, it still kind of does. I absolutely love that movie, though.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, what is it about that movie that you say wouldn't classify it as horror? That's where I'm kind of concerned or confused.
That's a good question, because a lot of when you think of horror, you think about there's a killer or killers in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you got your semis, and basically it was the meteoroid in space that activated all these machines to come to life.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know if I have a good answer to that, because yeah, when you have your Michael, Freddy, and Jason, yeah, those are definitely horror movies. But and then even when you go to the B-rated, the Tromo stuff like that, there's a killer or killers, and that's how the movie is.
Yeah. You're actually bringing up a very good point here, though, because now that I'm thinking about it, Maximum Overdrive is all about machines killing people, which is the premise for the Terminator.
Yeah,
but I wouldn't classify that as. I wouldn't involve that as horror. That's a sci-fi.
Yeah, same with Aliens. I wouldn't count that as horror either.
Oh, the first one was kind of horror sci-fi thingy, I think.
Yeah, I could put it that way, just because they're on that spaceship, and that, I mean, they're kind of confined in that one space, and they're all being killed by this one single creature. So
now it's not as horror as, let's say, Event Horizon, but that actually dealt with literal hell.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it doesn't matter where you're at. If you're going to hell, that makes it, that's horror. You know what I mean? Well, what drew you to it? Like, did you just, I mean, was it because I know for me, like Freddy Krueger, I liked monsters growing up. That was my thing. I was a weird kid. I liked monsters. So actually, my interview with Frank Varel's coming out here pretty soon. I told him it's one of the reasons I dug spookies as an adult was because the wide variety of monsters throughout this whole fucking haunted mansion. So having that start off with monsters or whatever, and then just kind of obviously Freddy Krueger being a smart ass and just that different kind of stuff, which is what veered. What brought you when you were a child? Like, what was it about those three killers you mentioned, or the mainstays of our generation that's sucked you into it?
The three of them are the most popular. So you really could talk to any person, and whether they like horror or not, they know those three killers.
Yeah.
Once you branch off to Pennywise or something else, then you're kind of going to territory. Maybe you have to be a horror fan to actually know who they are. But everybody knows Freddy, Michael, and Jason, and I think that's where I guess I fell in love with them, because I could talk to anybody about them.
Yeah. That's interesting. See, you're not wrong there, because you got Leatherface and Pinhead, who are, to guys like us, are just as popular.
Yeah, exactly.
But when you talk to just, I don't know, so maybe mainstream or just your average horror fans, Pinhead doesn't come to mind for them.
No.
And Hellraiser, there's like 11 movies.
Right.
And some better than others. And it's a fantastic franchise, at least in the beginning. I mean, it's a whole rabbit hole for another conversation. Mm-hmm. But the premise of it, and the Cenobites, and Clive Barker is just a fucking genius. But it doesn't get the love that, like you said, Michael, Freddy, and Jason do.
Yeah. And I think, and I don't know why. I mean, to be honest, I don't know why, because 11 movies, you would think they'd be a little popular. People, whether the movies are good or not. I mean, Jason had a bad movie, Jason X.
Oh.
So, I mean, it's not like all the Jason movies are good. All the Freddy movies are good. So really, why is one popular and one not?
But they never took Freddy to space, thank God.
Oh, not yet.
Not yet, no. But I mean, let's go on the list here. We got Leprechaun, we got Critters, we got Hellraiser, and we've got Jason. All four of them went to space. All four of those movies were terrible.
Critters in space.
It was terrible. It was. I will watch. Not Black Christmas 2019. It's not that bad, but I will watch it.
There's not much that bad.
No, thank you. I remember you and Vargas seeing that in theaters, and you just giggling because it's like every 10 minutes you heard me, Jesus fucking Christ.
It was, there's only one movie I've ever walked out on, and I think because you were still there is the reason I didn't walk out on that.
What was the movie you walked out on?
Bicentennial Man with Robin Williams.
Okay, all right.
That's the only movie I've walked out on, and it was horrible.
I've left early because maybe I saw it was getting late. I mean, it doesn't happen very often. I'll usually just muscle through it, but I have left early a couple times back in my years. But I don't think I've ever walked out of a movie. So that was that bad, huh?
It was that bad. If you've not seen it, it kind of like when you talk about Rabid Grannies. You're like, just don't watch it. Yeah, I'm telling you, don't watch it.
See, I told you not to watch Fantastic Four 2015, and what did you do?
Yeah, I watched it. I had to watch it. It's Marvel. I had to watch it.
No, you didn't.
Just like it's not a popular opinion amongst the other guys on the Nerd Pow Wow is I like all the X-Men movies, all of them. Mm-hmm. Even though the first, the second, and definitely The Last Stand are not popular amongst them. I was like, I'll watch them again. I'll watch Last Stand if it's on the TV. Oh. It's not a good movie, but it's X-Men.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why I had to watch Fantastic Four.
Oh. Well, all of those are better than Fantastic Four 2015.
Well, it was bad. Yes, I agree.
I mean, there was like no action until the end of the movie. And I watched it. I saw it with my sister because much like yourself, I heard it was terrible. I was like, I got to go see it. I almost walked out of it. And I remember got to the ending of it, when Dr. Doom comes back and they go to his planet or whatever. And I'm thinking the way the traditional movie formula goes, they meet up with the villain kicks their ass, they regroup and kick his ass. And as I'm watching this scene, I'm dreading those parts coming where they regroup and then they go fight him again. I'm like, I don't want this anymore. And I think my favorite part of the movie was when it was over.
This movie's over. Thank God.
Yes. I was clapping like you would not believe it. It was like just me and like, I think 3 other people in the movie theater, and it's like, this cannot be a good sign.
I can't believe it was that long ago they made that movie too.
And it wasn't long after that Disney bought Fox.
I am impressed with what Disney's done with Marvel. I worried about, especially with Deadpool and Wolverine. It was a good movie.
Yeah.
And I was worried that Disney would kind of dumb it down a little bit because Disney's, when you think of Disney, you think of children.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be children friendly, and yeah, Deadpool and Wolverine was not children friendly, and they did a great job with it.
We all should have stopped worrying because I was worried myself for the same reasons. But Disney owns American Horror Story.
I like that one,
and that's way worse than anything Deadpool could do.
True.
So we really shouldn't be worried. However, it was like, I think, well, you're the nerd here. Wasn't Deadpool versus Wolverine like the first R-rated Marvel movie?
It was,
like as far as the MCU goes, because you have Blade and
right.
I'm sure there was something else that was Marvel related that was R-rated back then, but I know Blade for sure. That wasn't,
It wasn't Disney at that point. I don't. But Disney, yeah, Wolverine and Deadpool was the first R-rated.
But then Deadpool and Wolverine also makes pretty much every Marvel movie canon.
It sure does.
It does. I'm serious, because Blade was the first Marvel movie, and because of what happens in that movie, and spoiler, fucking Blade's in Deadpool and Wolverine.
Spoiler alert. If you haven't watched it yet.
No.
Yeah.
Then that makes Blade the very first MCU movie.
Yeah. I loved it. They talk about Wolverine and Deadpool is I don't generally like watching trailers. I like to be surprised.
Mm-hmm.
And when Wesley Snipes walked in there, and then sure enough, when Channing Tatum walked in as Gambit, I had no idea that was going to happen, and I fanboy right there. I'm like, oh my gosh!
I read a little bit about it when they were talking about it, so I knew some of the cameos: Sabretooth, Toad, Elektra, and then Pyro was shown in the first trailer.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew about those, but much like yourself, I stopped reading it. I don't think I watched another trailer past the first one. Maybe the second one, but that's because my buddy Ray had said that really was just more action-based than anything. But for the same reasons, like I did not want anything spoiled.
Right.
So when that scene came out and you saw Elektra, I was like, okay, that's how she's coming in, whatever. And then you see fucking, help me out, and then you see Blade. And then again, Channing Tatum as Gambit.
Yeah.
It's like, because we all, you know, it was much like Krasinski in Multiverse of Madness playing Reed Richards. That was a huge fan thing. Well, with Channing Tatum, as we all know, was in the running to play Gambit, or was working on a Gambit movie until Disney bought Fox.
Right.
Krasinski was more so just like, I think, a fan petition. They wanted to, you know, get him to play. So that was kind of like a fan service kind of thing. But to see that as well is like the same thing. What I feel bad about, though, is that because that was such a huge moment that when X-23 showed up again, you're kind of like, okay, that's cool. But, you know.
Right. We were already fanboyed out by the time Channing Tatum showed up.
Yeah. And it's like, I mean, they really should have put maybe her first. You know, and then Elektra, because that X-23 showing up first would make the most sense. Like, okay, you know, it's tying into Logan. And then you see Elektra, Blade, and Gambit. Then it would be like, holy shit.
Yeah.
You know, but they put that all in the wrong order. And she had this big dramatic entrance. But again, you're just like kind of fanboyed out and you're kind of like, well, you're like Monty Python, the Holy Grail, you know, and there was much rejoice. Yay.
Great movie, by the way.
It was a great movie. I talked with Jennifer Baptist about that. I'm supposed to sing some song from her for her, some Monty Python song, as she comes back for round 3. So I might have to postpone that indefinitely.
Singing, huh?
Right.
Spoiler
alert. No, spoiler alert. I cannot sing.
That's why I can't wait to hear it.
You can go fuck yourself. All right. All right. So my turn to enlighten you.
Yep.
You weren't able to find a copy of Eternal Darkness like I asked you to.
Correct. I was not.
You really need to find that game.
So the way I was looking is, first I needed to buy a GameCube and then buy the game.
Yeah.
I could not find actually a copy of it where I could play on the Switch or something like that. I probably could try to, you know, what's it called when you put it on, bring it up on the computer, emulator.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably could do an emulator at some point, but I'm not sure how to do that.
Well, do you have a Wii?
I do. Oh,
you
wait.
don't need a GameCube then.
No, I don't. My Wii took a crap.
Oh.
It won't play CDs, so is it something you can maybe, is it all like online, digital?
No, that's the weird thing. So it was one of like Nintendo's like sleeper hit. I guess sleeper hit would be the term. I don't know. It didn't have like the fan base that Resident Evil did, but like any GameCube horror fan knows of Eternal Darkness. Jason, actually, it's one of the things me and him bonded over many, many years ago. Actually, well, a couple Christmases ago, he came over because 10 some years ago when he was living in Kent, I brought my Wii down there with Eternal Darkness, and the goal was to stay up all night Big Bang style and play it start to finish. We started crashing out, I think, about 3 a.m. Despite all the Twix and Mountain Dews we were inhaling, it just wasn't working. So he came over at Christmas, not this past year, the year before, and I don't know what happened, but there was something with the save file. I thought, or maybe we just decided to start it over. I know we were playing it again. I still have it, so. But it's the Nintendo. There's a for those who don't know, there's a sanity meter once you get to a certain level, because it's not one character. You start as one character. She starts reading this book, and the chapter she's reading, then you go inside and you're playing the character of the chapter she's reading. Okay. So as you get to chapter 3, there's a sanity meter. So when stuff starts happening, it starts messing with your game. Like you'll be playing, and all of a sudden the volume disappears. So back in the day, this is early 2000s, you'd think something was wrong with your TV. And then the screen would flash, and you'd see it was just a sanity effect. So you never knew what was going to happen and if it was real or not.
It does sound fun.
And so, as far as I know, every year Nintendo renews the patent trademark thing for Eternal Darkness, yet they have never made a sequel to it.
No kidding.
Yeah, and there's a Kickstarter once many years ago for a spiritual sequel, but I don't know what the hell happened with that. But we're waiting, man. I'll be there day one. But they talked about doing it. And you wonder why they don't do digital downloads for something like that.
You would think they would.
I mean, I don't know.
It's so popular.
Well, I don't know if that's like, I guess it all comes down to money. If they're not going to break even on what they make, they're not going to do it.
I had a GameCube at one point, but I think the door broke and wouldn't shut, so I ended up donating it to Goodwill or something. I don't have it anymore.
Well, don't you feel stupid now?
Damn it. And the Wii won't play discs anymore. I even took it apart and cleaned everything, and it still won't.
Huh.
I don't know what's wrong with it.
Well, what about hold on a second. Knock it off. Mr. Beans has got the zoomies. Now I think no. Resident Evil. We can't do a horror video game podcast without talking about Resident Evil.
Resident Evil starts back from the first one, PlayStation.
Yeah.
Where you're kind of just walking through everything, and you run. It's all blocky, but it's a hell of a game. You got your green herbs, you got your red herbs. Back when I used to play it scared the crap out of me. And I don't know if you've ever played The Village.
Is that part?
That came out a few years ago. For the was it the Switch or the? I got it for the PS4.
Yeah.
And I played it about halfway through. Never actually finished it, but all Resident Evil games are creepy as hell, especially when you go against a big bad, and where you got to kind of run around, don't get hit. You got to fire at them, then run away. Fire at them, run away. They're always fun games. And the latest Resident Evil game they came out with, I think it's a remake. I have not got it yet, but I was thinking about it.
Oh, I heard part 9 was out and it wasn't very good.
Oh, maybe I won't then.
Well, a buddy of mine, one of my coworkers, had commented on it saying that he half-assed it and tried to get everything. He still beat it like in 9 hours.
Oh. And then, of course, you got the Resident Evil movie that came out most recent, and where they made Leon a big wuss. They made him this rookie cop, and he was scared of his own shadow. And Seraph is one, he absolutely hates that movie. I thought it was a good movie, but yeah, they made Leon into a big wuss.
Was that the Welcome to Raccoon City?
Yep.
I didn't see that one. That came out, what, like 2 or 3 years ago?
Yeah. It is a good movie.
Is it?
I think if you're not a loyal fan of Resident Evil, I think you'll like it more, because it does detract a little bit from the gameplay, especially if you're a big Leon fan, which Leon is one of the big characters in the game.
Oh, he's my favorite character.
And then you make him a rookie who's afraid of his own shadow. Like, wait a minute, what's going on here?
I don't think I want to see it based on Leon is my dude, and I don't want to see him.
Oh, Seraph, I remember I watched it, then I messaged Seraph, and he's like, I hate this movie. Like, what's going on? Did you see what they did to Leon? I was like, yeah, I did.
Yeah, I don't think I can. I mean, that might be one I said. I'll have to watch it at some point, because I know some jackass out there is going to be like, well, what's your opinion on it, Loudon? And they're going to say it just to make me watch it. Just like I'm waiting for Loudon to buy me Black Christmas 2019 for Christmas or my birthday, so because he knows I'll have to fucking keep it.
Yeah.
You know.
That what happened with Rapid Grannies?
So
did someone buy that for him?
I bought it for him. So we were in a band together, and we got a practice spot, and this is like 2004 or 5, something like that. And he brought a bunch of posters he had, because he was at his old house, which I don't think you knew him. Yeah, you didn't know him.
No.
When he lived in his old house. So he had a bunch of stuff, and he brought it to help us decorate the practice spot walls. And one of those was for a movie called Rapid Grannies. And this is all before Netflix and the Buco streaming services we have now. So none of us had seen it, and it was kind of very scarce. They released on DVD and shit, you know? So it was up there. The band fizzled. Me and Mike stayed friends, of course, but that was always one of those things with the bro packs. Like, okay, if we find a copy of that movie, we watch it. Mm-hmm. So many years later, I want to say 2013, I think, I was scrolling through Netflix and I came across it. I'm like, oh fuck. And I sent him a picture. I was like, well, we gotta do it. And so I went to his house and we watched the trailer for it. It's like, it doesn't actually look terrible. You know, the premise, you know, looked pretty good. And then we went and watched together, and we're both just like, Jesus Christ. And well, it was a trauma movie too. And you know how I love trauma, you know, and it was just terrible. So fast forward to, I want to say it was 2023 in Cinema Wasteland. You've joined me there on occasion, and with both actually Greg Golia and Greg Rubin. Actually,
Yep,
that was a fun day.
it was fun.
So I went up there by myself because I know I was meeting you later. Go down to Canal Fulton, and I saw Lloyd Kaufman was going to be there, and I was like, okay. I was like, I'm going to get Mike Rabbit Grannies on Blu-ray, and I'm going to have it autographed by Lloyd Kaufman. Because while getting him that movie would have been like, thanks. The fact that it was autographed would have made enough as a gag gift, but an awesome gift for him to keep it, you know? So I went up there, and Lloyd was late, as he tends to be. And I was just kind of looking, putzing around stuff, and this lady comes up to me and was asking me if I was an old school Trauma fan or was new. I was like, dude, I'm in my 40s. I fucking know Trauma. And it was my friend Christy who you met when you were at the convention with me that night. And so she was like, you know, well, what are you looking for? I'm like, I'm actually here to get Rabid Granny. She's like, oh, I got that. You know, she got it for me, whatever. And she'd show me this another movie, Fear Town, USA.
I love that movie. I love it.
I just rewatched it a couple days ago. And it was a double feature. It was Fear Town, USA and The Slashing, both by director Brandon Bosham. And she was telling me about it and how the new Slashing was coming out. So I get the first one, and I'm looking at it, and I want to take her word for it and get something new. And I'm like, because the title sold me alone. Fear Town, USA, just the title alone. And I'm like, well, I'm looking at what I got. She's like, if you buy this stuff, Lloyd signs it for free. I'm like, well, fuck, let's do this shit, you know? So that's how I met my friend Christy. I think I did. I'll have to tell that story again when she gets her hat pulled off for Scary Saturday. Shout out. But I remember going home, and I got Mike his present. I was so excited. This is in September. I was so excited. I called him up and told him what I got him for Christmas already. I was like, I cannot wait till Christmas. I have to tell you right now. And I think he still ended up beating me. I think he got me Metallica Monopoly for Christmas that year.
Metallica Monopoly. Wow.
You know, that's some nerd stuff for you. I used to collect those, if you remember.
How many do you have?
I fucking at least 20. I stopped collecting them every year, but because it's like the first one I got, I feel like you're interviewing me here now. The first one I got was Star Wars because I just thought it was so cool, like a special edition Monopoly thing. And then they released a few others here and there. I try and catch them all, and then it just became like Marvel movies. They were just spitting them out. And it's like, you know what?
They are.
I don't need the Coca-Cola Monopoly, you know? So that was kind of, but there are a few that I will still get. He actually got me the Stephen King's, or not the Stephen King's, the It Chapter 1 Monopoly and the Metallica one. There's just like one more I gotta get, and that's the Cthulhu one. I'm actually ashamed of myself for not owning that one yet.
Those will be all good ones to have.
Well, especially for a horror junkie who loves H.P. Lovecraft. I don't own the Cthulhu Monopoly. I should just retire right fucking now.
I didn't know it would have a Monopoly.
I'm going to do a video on that pretty soon here because actually maybe I'll do it to tie it into this interview because some of my engagers on there are wanting to see what horror games I got. So I would just have to dig a couple out of there. So maybe I'll share that one soon.
Yeah, there's so much horror stuff out there that you really can't get bored with it.
No, I mean, there's certain franchises you can get bored with.
Well, yes.
I don't think of any off the top of my head because every time they release something new, I'm like, well, I'm going to go fucking see it.
That's what I am with MCU stuff, whether it's good or bad.
Now, did you go to, are you all caught up? Because I don't have Disney Plus, so I haven't seen a lot of the most recent shows.
I'm all caught up with Daredevil. There's a few that have come out that I haven't watched yet. I can't remember off the top of my head what they are. But yeah, there's a few that I'm not caught up with. But the Daredevil Blood, that one I am caught up with. I really liked it. I've heard that it didn't do as well as the first season, but that was really good.
Yeah, I canceled Disney Plus, I think about a year ago. It started getting too expensive, so I just use my horror apps. I think Peacock and Paramount are my go-to because the thing I like about those is a lot of times these movies will come out like Five Nights at Freddy's stuff, and a lot of times they're on the streaming service the day they're in theaters.
Yes, they are. HBO Max is kind of like that too. I don't know if you have that or not.
I could just probably snag it from you. But Paramount too. It's they'll get movies that don't come to theaters, and it's like they had the Pet Cemetery Bloodlines or the Rosemary's Baby prequel. I can't remember what the name of it is. It escapes me right now.
Pet Cemetery is really good. I like that one.
The original or the remake? Which
I guess all of them. I really like them all. I do.
Two?
I did. Yeah.
What is wrong with you?
I liked it. I liked it.
What is wrong with you?
I really liked it.
Oh God, that one was awful. I mean, I still watched it, but I mean,
well, of course. Like, oh, this sucks. Well, I got to finish it.
I do. You know what? I rented it in junior high school, and I think I fell asleep when the sheriff was helping Edward Furlong bury his mother. And I think I dozed off after that. And no, it was when Anthony Edwards was getting laid by the ghost of his dead wife, and her head turned into the dog's head.
Yeah, you didn't like that movie, huh?
I did not like that movie. Actually, the only reason I rewatched it was because the new one was coming out back in like 2018 or 19, and that was one of my 100 horror movies. And I had this like, well, I got to make sure I'm caught up on all of them before I go see the new one. And it was brutal.
You think you'll do that again? 100 movies in a year?
I do that on a regular, man.
Yeah, but you posted it. Would you post it again?
Maybe. I mean, I kind of typically do if I'm watching something. Actually, no, I don't really anymore. I mean, yes and no. It just gets too hard to keep track of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Plus, then like I got Rick will always have us like watch the movie on Tubi for because we're interviewing the director or something like that. You know, so it's very hard for me to lose track of stuff these days. Like, unfortunately, we've seen some good horror movies this year, but unfortunately, the one that keeps fucking sticking out is the one me and Greg saw, We Bury the Dead or whatever it's called. It's fucking kill me.
Oh, so it's a good thing I missed that one, huh?
Yeah. There's some good ones. Holcomb I didn't care for too much either.
Anything on the agenda here in the near future?
Actually, we're seeing Obsession on Monday.
I heard about. I might join you for that one.
I think at 6:30. I'll send you a text. I think Liz is coming to that one too, and waiting on the wife to get back to me as well.
It's supposed to be really good.
Jeremy up at the comic store, he said it was really good.
So he already saw it then, yeah.
Yeah, it came out yesterday or Thursday, depending on how you look at it. But he sent me or told me about some YouTube short. I think it's called Milk and Cereal or Cereal and Milk or something. It's actually in my watch later. It's been sitting there for years, but it's by the same guy, and he said to check it. So I'll send it to you. Maybe.
Okay.
I probably won't get around to watching it tomorrow, but I'm going to try because it's like an hour-long YouTube video.
Yeah, that Obsession. I've been seeing things on Facebook about it, saying it's one of the best horror movies to come out in recent years. So, like, well, let's see if it is.
Well, you also were a trooper and sat through Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey with me.
I love both of them.
What is wrong with you?
And you know, Loudon, I keep telling him, let's watch it. He refuses to watch both. I was like, the second one, you could tell they actually had a budget for it. It's much better. I mean, he'll probably still hate it, but
I love the second one. I mean, I will join him. The first one is absolute garbage.
See, I love it.
It was
Christopher Robin, how he cries the whole movie. I don't like that part. He's always poo, poo. And like, all right, we get it. Pooh's beating you up, but come on, man.
It was terrible. And I remember it just ended. It's like, is that the end of the fucking movie?
It did just end. You're right. It did just end.
It's like, they're like, yeah, this is good enough. We'll just stop here.
But I like what they're doing. They started with Winnie the Pooh, but then they've gone to what? Mickey Mouse. They've gone to Bambi, Peter Pan, Popeye.
So Bambi, Peter Pan, and the upcoming Pinocchio are all under the same company. It's the Twisted Childhood universe. So this year, coming soon actually, is Pinocchio and Strong, and then their Avengers type movie where they're going to have all of them together fighting each other. I can't wait for that.
I'll be right there for it.
I can't wait for that one. And they've already lined up movies for for afterwards. So there's gonna be a Blood and Honey 3. There's gonna be one in Sleeping Beauty, one on Mary Poppins.
I need to watch all of them. I need to watch
absolutely.
all of them.
Mary Poppins is supposedly, I think, supposed to be introduced in the Pooniverse Monsters Assemble movie. And now Mickey's Mousetrap and Screamboat have nothing to do with each other. I think that was just one of those things that once they saw the success of Winnie the Pooh, whatever company scooped them all up. And I like Screamboat better than I did Mousetrap. Mousetrap was terrible.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
But they also left that one open up for a sequel. There's a mid-credit scene where he mentions some friends coming along or something. So we're assuming Donald, Goofy, and shit. And then Popeye the Slayer, man, I don't know too much about that one. Actually, when I first saw the trailer, I thought it was fake. I thought it was a fake trailer. But then I'm scrolling through Peacock, and there it is. I texted up, well, you know Rob from Hair Nation, Greg's other guitar player. I texted him up, and I was like, we got to watch this together. So we're going to make that happen soon.
Yeah, that's the thing. Brandy refuses to watch those movies with me. So it's like, come on. I mean, I don't know how I got her to watch Blood and Honey. She refuses to watch 2. But
2's the good one.
Well, it was my birthday present. I made her sit through the first one for my birthday. So she was kind of obligated, but I don't know if I could pull that again.
Out of all the things that husbands usually ask their wives for their birthday, yours was to make her watch Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
I know. Lucky her, right?
I think she would have preferred your standard husband-wife birthday present type scenario.
Like, no, this is what I want. It's funny. Loudon is good for anything. He's in for anything. But that night, he made an excuse to leave early before we watched that movie. And really? I've never seen him do that before. And, and he probably honestly did have somewhere to go, but I was like, that is just, he really didn't want to watch this movie I got to go.
I'm trying to think about this. Okay, I do remember because that was at the end of 22, wasn't it?
Somewhere around there, yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I think I was invited to that, but I was going through that shit, and I was just kind of not doing it. Okay, I do remember that because all right, yeah.
Yeah, it was a Winnie the Pooh showing party. Basically, I set up a projector, I cleaned out the garage all nice and neat, so it was actually nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's not nice anymore, but it was at the time. And watched Blood and Honey out in the garage. Jay came along. She was a trooper.
I remember this now. I mean, I wasn't there, but I remember the invite and hearing about it. And they're all like, Jesus Christ, dude.
But yeah, when Loudon left, I'm like,
Oh, well, we'll have to I don't know, we'll get him to watch Blood and Honey too, because that's actually the good one.
Yeah. Well, you got to watch the first one to know what's happening in the second, though. You
don't actually, because they rehashed the first one in the second one, where the first one is actually a movie in the movie.
Well, yeah, they did do that, but you got to watch the first one, in my opinion.
All right, for people like us who have to watch everything before it comes out, yes, you're 100% right. So we're coming up to about an hour here. I usually keep these things going right there. Is there anything you want to talk about your podcast stuff before we get out of here? I feel like did I skip over anything?
No, I think we covered everything. With the Nerd Pow Wow, we love interaction, whether it's positive interaction, negative interaction. We want to know what people think, because we have our opinions and we're throwing it out there. That is what we created the Nerd Pow Wow for, was 3 guys just to have a conversation.
Yeah.
And so if you have an opinion, someone else has an opinion, let us know. We would love to discuss it.
All right, so I will definitely be on there and giving you in talking shit to you, because I'm a good friend to you.
Of course.
Excuse me, here, got to drink this Mountain Dew. Okay, well then, hey, I appreciate you coming on here, man. You're welcome anytime, and that's in and outside of here, man. You're one of my bros, and I was glad we got to do this, and I'm glad that you found something that occupies your time and shit, that I could least be part of helping you out with. So I really am happy.
Yeah,
for
definitely. I mean, I saw how much fun you're having with this, what you're doing. So I'm like, man, I want that too. So,
Well, I'm here to entertain and inform. So
there you go.
Having said that, we're going to let you get out of here. Don't, hang up or whatever. When we stop recording, I'll shoot it with you for a minute. But I am Brewster. That is Darkwayne. Be sure to check out the Nerd Pow Wow. Yeah, the Nerd Pow Wow. I can't talk. And until next time, stay cool, Freaky Frighteners.
Oh, don't mind if I do. Hey, let me have one. Fine.
Hey, Wayne, what's going on?
Dude, get this guy out of my house now.
No, sorry, sucker. He's your problem now. Poor bastard.